Now, one of the most important games for Alabama is going to be that first one. Going to Tallahassee, playing Tommy Castellanos and the Noles, and it was well documented. Thomas Castellanos sat down this past week with Pete Nakos and pretty much talked his cash, man. And one of the things he said was, I don't see how they can stop me. Nick Saban's not there to save them. And as a college football fan, you kind of sit back and say, all right, it's a good amount of bravado for a quarterback that, was benched last year at Boston College, whether it was on him, whether it was on Bill O'Brien. I think Thomas Castellanos is a good player, but I think the Alabama side of what he said in terms of what it could mean or what it could be for that football team, that's where this, I think, gets really intriguing if you're in Tuscaloosa or Alabama fan. We'll talk about it right now, but first things first, if you're an Alabama fan and want more college football content around your Crimson Tide, make sure you're subscribed. Doesn't cost you anything. We talk ball all year round. We're college football sickos watching full game reruns during the month of June and pretty much all year round whenever they don't actually have it live on TV. So bottom line, if you love college football, make sure you're subscribed. We appreciate y'all in advance for that. So I had a couple of thoughts around Thomas Castellanos and what he said, and all those are on the YouTube channel already, so go check those out as it pertains to the Florida State side. But as the dust kind of settles, on my drive in this morning, I started thinking more about, what is Thomas Castellanos' comments about Alabama, and they can't stop me, and Saban's not there to save them? What does that actually mean for Alabama? Because there's two sides of every trash talk, right? The giver and the receiver. I think that Thomas Castellanos talking his cash around Alabama in that game to start the year, that gave Kalen DeBoer the ultimate gift, man. Like, what Thomas Castellanos gave to Alabama and Kalen DeBoer was the guarantee that there will be zero complacency when that game kicks off, not in primetime, bet, for Alabama and Florida State. Because that's kind of what got Alabama last year, wasn't it? And I know a lot of it was the changing of the guard from Saban to DeBoer, and you're trying to, solidify your way of doing things, your culture. I get all that. But, Alabama, they didn't lose to Oklahoma because they were more talented. They didn't lose to Diego Pavia because Vandy was more talented. They lost because they were complacent. They lost because they did not show up ready to roll, bro. And so if you subtract both those losses from Alabama's schedule, 11-1, in the college football playoff, that's what it is, right? And so Thomas Castellanos talking how he's talking about that game week one, if there was even an inkling of the Alabama locker room saying, well, it was Florida State. Well, they won 2 games last year. Well, their quarterback's not over 6 foot, which is not a bad thing, by the way. 5'11", stand up. It's not there anymore. It's not there because you saw guys liking the social posts that were aggregating Thomas Castellanos and his quote. You saw guys, I don't know if there's anybody commenting about it, but there was definitely, I would have to say, some commentary going on within the locker room. Hey, you see what Castellanos said? All right, we're going to have something for him. And I think the other part of this is, as much as it benefits Kalen DeBoer and him not having to apply any pressure to this team having to get up and ready to roll for week one, I think it also gives Alabama a chance to kind of step into what I would call their new identity under Kalen DeBoer. Ari Washman of On3 has a really awesome column out right now on on3.com talking about Kalen DeBoer's quest to make Alabama scary again here in 2025. And I think he's on the money, man. What if this is that moment here where Alabama rolls into Tallahassee and just leaves no doubt? And not just leaves no doubt because they're the better team or more talented team on paper, which, full transparency, they are, and the Vegas spread at double digits tells you as much. But what if this is the point where Alabama just kind of takes it personal? There's a phrase on Alabama Twitter that's kind of been popularized over the course of the last few years, especially under Nick Saban, called joyless murder ball. What if it's joyless murder ball against Florida State? And Alabama just delights in crushing these teams into the ground. Ari Washman, in his article, has a bar. He says, putting down these undersized quarterbacks with oversized mouths, speaking to Castellanos and Pavia. That, I think, is something where it's not where you have a switch that you flip on and off, because those great Alabama teams, they don't have a switch that ever goes off. It just stays on. But you wonder if this is maybe that villain origin story for Alabama, where they've heard all the talk from this past season about how they underachieved and went 9-3 and missed the playoff, but they step into this moment now where the opposing quarterback was talking crazy. They go to their place, take it over, leave with the dub, and then at that point we're that's a different Alabama. That's a joyless murder ball kind of brand of Alabama that we've been waiting to see since Saban left. It's back, and this is now who they are. All right. I also kind of love, just so we're on the same page here, I like what this does when it comes to creating pressure for whoever the new quarterback is for Bama. We've said multiple times, I'm assuming it's Ty Simpson. Ryan Grubb has came out and said as much that if they started a game tomorrow, or if they played a game tomorrow, it would be Ty Simpson as the starter. This kind of a quote probably creates some extra emotion for your football team, probably creates some extra emotion for your quarterback walking into a game now where you're on the road and everybody on your side of the locker room should be trying to get after the opposition at a more intense level than they even were before. But what have we seen from the great quarterbacks at Alabama over the course of the last few years? They're able to manage emotions, not just themselves, but manage their football team's emotions. So it's going to be on, I'm going to use Ty Simpson here for the sake of this conversation. It's going to be on Ty Simpson to be able to walk into that stadium on game day, week one, the place is buzzing, the place is going crazy. I mean, I would hope the Florida State fan base is feeding off of Castellanos' comments as well and kind of bringing the pressure. Can you center yourself, manage that moment, calm down the offense, have everybody just kind of block out the noise, play ball, execute at a high level? That's how you apply the joyless murder ball. Leadership, I think, steps up in a moment like this. Yes, because it's a big game, but I think also because emotions are so fully charged up. Quarterback's not supposed to turn the emotions up in a spot like this. Quarterback's supposed to even everybody out, go play ball, go execute, and we're in a good spot. So the bottom line here is Castellanos just gift wrapped something for Alabama. And I told you, I love it if I'm a Florida State fan because I like the edge and we need a pulse after what last year was. But if I'm Alabama, I love it just as much because you're telling us, okay, complacency, not going to be there. Gives us a chance to step into this new identity under Kalen DeBoer and really just turn the switch on and leave it on. And also for your quarterback to be able to step into a different emotionally charged spot and do some good things. In that regard, as a leader, I'm excited to see how it all unfolds. But let me know your thoughts, man, because there's more eyeballs on that game now, for me at least, with Castellanos talking his cash. And we appreciate him doing so, man. Appreciate him doing so as a competitor and as a college football fan. I'm here for it on both sides of that thing.